Hello, everybody on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and NFL fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts for my wildcard picks and my thoughts for the NCAA football championship game. Well, I'm going to start off with the NCAA football championship picks and, my thoughts about it. I gotta say, what a game that was. What a game. That took a lot of balls to go on it on fourth down. Fourth down. I could not believe that Clemson pulled off that victory like that. Unbelievable. And the dictator is down and out in the college football championship game. It was a lot sweet. As a Patriot fan, I was so happy for that joy moment, you know. I did not care. I know Nick Saban is friends with Hoodie. That's fine. I don't care. Belichick can be friends with anybody he wants. But I don't like Nick Saban at all. I just don't. So, hey, the reason being, someone was injured. I forget who it was who was injured. I can't pronounce his name, and I refuse to do that. And secondly, the penalties killed him for Alabama. And of course, they took too much time for Clemson for their plays to go off. They just took too much time. Yeah, that's all it was, really. But, you know, it was good for Clemson. I'm so happy for Clemson to win the championship game, and that's all I can say for that. And for the wild card, my thoughts for the wild card games. Well, starting with Houston and Oakland, we all knew that Houston was probably going to win, even with Brock Osweiler starting, so it didn't really matter. But this game would have been far different if they had Derek Carr in the lineup as he wasn't hurt. But even if their other backup quarterback was hurt too, they probably would have won. But the Oakland, of course, they made changes in their coaching too, which I believe it's the offensive coordinator, I believe it was. They made coaching changes recently. And I think, I could be wrong. Let me check. I'm smart when I'm using the computer. I forgot to check that one out. I believe so, but I could be wrong. But I know they made some changes. So, but anyways, that being said, the Seattle and Detroit, I know there was Paul Richardson shows that night too, with Paul Richardson making one-handed catches and everything, but at the same time, he got away with a face mask penalty, and they had a lot of missed opportunities by the referees in Seattle. I've been kind of noticing that lately, ever since Pete Carroll took over, or maybe when Russell Wilson took over as quarterback or something like that. Yeah, they had a lot of missed calls that are going against the other team, against Seattle. So, I don't know what's up with that, but, that's a really weird situation when I see that, but, yeah, whatever. But, it was Paul Richardson's shows. He was acting like Odell Beckham Jr. that night, though. It was the go-to guy. He definitely stepped up when he needed to, but he just got away with the penalties. So, that's my take on that. And Pittsburgh and Miami. Well, I was knowing that Miami would lose the game, but, same time it was a go-to run for Miami, but I'm glad they didn't win because I didn't want them to win, so. But it was a 30-12 victory, almost like the similar score that they met early in the year when Miami beat Pittsburgh 30-15, so it was like a 3-point differential from that point. But wow. Hey, whatever. Sorry, let me fix my window for a minute. Yeah, I have a rip in there. I gotta get a new screen for my window. So, but anyway, that's fine. But now my last game I'm gonna talk about before I get to my picks is Green Bay and the New York Giants. Okay, I was not expecting to be kind of a blowout in the second half for the Green Bay Packers. I know Aaron Rodgers is there, and he was doing Aaron Rodgers things, but, and because of the win over Green Bay, they bowled them out. Jordy Nelson suffered a big injury, so that's a huge loss for the divisional round for Green Bay, but they outscored the Giants, and I thank God the Giants lost, because I don't want to deal with the Giants if my New England Patriots go to the Super Bowl. So I'm really much grateful for that. So, what am I going to take on that point? So, it is what it is with that, but now Odell Beckham Jr.'s in hellhole because he punched the locker room in Lambeau Field, and et cetera, you know, all from there. But I'm grateful that the Giants are out. All right, that will do it for my thoughts. Now let's get right on to my picks. Okay, kicking off the first game of the NFL Divisional round, I'm going to start off with the Falcons and the Seahawks. The Falcons are hosting the Seattle Seahawks in Atlanta, and possibly one of their last game at the Georgia Dome. Probably, if by any means, if Dallas loses or something like that or anything. So, but anyways, point to the game. Seattle, not really contention on the road, so I didn't really understand that part of it. They're 4-3-1, including or something like that, because the tie they had with Arizona early in the year. And, with Seattle coming off a 20-point differential against Detroit, including with some controversial calls they had, including that one-handed catch by Paul Richardson, which was an incredible catch, but he got away with the face mask penalty. It should have been an offset penalty, but, what I'm trying to say is, I think, but with the Seattle's case, they haven't been really much the Legion of Boom this year, like they have in the past few years or something. On the road, actually, but at home, they've been really well. Did really well, though, at home, but on the road, it's, far different, so I don't understand how that one worked out. But, maybe Pete Carroll has something up his sleeve this weekend, so I don't know. But anyways, with Atlanta, on the other side of the coin, Atlanta, high-powered offense with Matt Ryan, and he has a bunch of good receivers, champions in the NFC South. So I don't know. This is going to be a really interesting battle to look forward to. It's going to be a battle of a great number one offense versus the number one defense. It looks like, and it's gonna. I expect to be a little bit of a little mixed emotions about it for point differential, so I'm going to probably go 30-20, and I'm going to pick Atlanta over the Seahawks to be in this game. So I'm hoping Seattle wins, so I like to see Seattle win or something and things like that. It'd be really nice to see Atlanta go back to the Super Bowl, but I don't know. I mean, this is going to be if they can get past Seattle, I think they have a shot at that, But in the meantime, I think Atlanta is probably gonna pull this one off in the Georgia Dome. I like to see them at least get one more win, one more win at the Georgia Dome or something like that, just to get just to have their last game be something for them at the Georgia Dome. So I like to see something like that happen for Atlanta, which I think that's gonna win. I think the final score, like I said, will be 30-20. Atlanta Falcons over the Seattle Seahawks in that one. Making my picks is thirsty work. But anyways, next pick, I'm gonna go with my New England Patriots against the Houston Texans. Alright, this is gonna be I saw this when it was a 16-point differential for the Patriots favorite in this game. I was kind of surprised. I actually thought it was gonna be a lot lower than that. I really thought it was gonna be like a 10-point differential in favor of the Patriots because of Houston's defense or something like that, but offensively, Houston's just plain bad. 29 ranked offense in the league. That's one of the worst offensive teams in the playoffs I've seen so far. When I was watching football all these years. But at the same time, they met in week 3, I should say. When I think it was J.J. Watt's last game before he got hurt. Someone correct me on that. And Jacoby Brissett was starting because Jimmy Garoppolo was injured. And Tom Brady was suspension on his 3rd game suspension during the Deflategate, so he was still in suspension role at that point until the following week, and then they had week 5 against Cleveland. So that's what happened in that case to Houston when my New England Patriots won 27-0. This is a different Houston Texans team. I can definitely tell you that much. But I think it's going to be close in the first half, and I think my New England Patriots are going to take a 14-13 or a 16-13 lead at halftime. then they're going to put up the outscoring. They're going to blow them out in the second half. It's going to be, I think the final score in that game is going to be 30-13 with my New England Patriots over the Houston Texans at that point. So I like the Patriots moving on to the AFC Championship game and hosting the AFC Championship game. So that's how I pick who I pick in that game. So I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting defensively in the first half. Then it's gonna go one way in the second half. That's what I feel like. That's what's gonna happen with the New England Patriots getting home field. I like them over the Houston Texans at that point. Next, we're gonna look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, this is going to be a really interesting ball game at this point. Pittsburgh, the offense being hot at the right time. Kansas City coming off a bye week, and they're hosting a playoff game, and they're champions in the AFC West, which I did not expect Kansas City. I think I put Kansas City as my number one team who I think are going to win the division, which I think I got that one. I could have been wrong, but I got to take a look at that next time I come around. So when I come look around my videos again, but I like in this game. This is going to be I'm going to include this as an upset pick in this game in my view. So because I think Kansas City coming off the playoff bye. I know it's hard to pick Kansas City at home, but I'm going to pull off an upset in this game. I'm going to pull off Pittsburgh to win this game by the final score of 23-20. It's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be a 43-point differential, I think. So I think the spread, the over and under, I believe it's 44. So I definitely would suggest to take the under for that. So I believe it's 44, but if it's over 44, but if it's like under 44 or something like that, or, like it's like 43 or maybe 40 or something like that. So take the over, but if it's over 44, I would suggest to take the under at that point. But anyway, I'm saying I think it's going to be a 23-20 differential in this game. So I'm going to pick up the upset in this one because Pittsburgh is offense is hot at the right time, and Kansas City has the bye week, which I think they may pull this one off with the defense. I wouldn't be surprised, but honestly though, I like Eric Berry and defense. I like Alex Smith. Should try to. I think he's gonna try to get this Kansas City Chiefs going, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to get them to win. So I like Pittsburgh, red hot Pittsburgh Steelers right now, and they're gonna be going to Foxborough, I think, for the AFC Championship game, which would be really interesting to see if that happens. But I wouldn't mind if Kansas City wins too. But anyways, and I don't know what happened there, but anyways, so Green Bay and Dallas. So sorry about the cutoff, but anyways, Green Bay and Dallas. Another Green Bay. Coming off a victory against the Giants. Dallas coming off the bye week as the number one seed, and this is going to be an interesting one. So they met 2 years ago when that controversial call with Dez Bryant when he caught the ball, but the Lions know how they feel about that one in the week 1 of 2010 opening day, but that didn't turn out to be that way. But whatever. Then they met in the Ice Bowl, and I think they met a couple of times in the 90s. One in 95, I think, in a division round, and I think one in the 96. I think it was 96 when they met Green Bay and Dallas, and for the conference championship game or something like that, or just and they met in the playoffs in a couple of times with Brett Favre and with Troy Aikman, I think, or something like that. But I could be wrong, but But anyways, this is a little bit of a revenge game, I think, for Dallas. I think Tony Romo's not playing. It's going to be Dez Bryant and Ezekiel Elliott. No, not Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant is going to be Ezekiel Elliott, and then Dirk Prescott is playing. So this is going to be an interesting game to go for. So I think Green Bay is going to. I think Dallas is going to pull this one off because Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to pull off some things, but it's going to hurt not having Jordy Nelson playing with those rib injuries. I think this is going to be a little bit of a problem for Green Bay for that point. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay wins this game. So. But, I think but they met early in week 6, and I do believe they and then it was a 30-16 victory for the Dallas Cowboys in that game because, we didn't know who these Dallas Cowboys were until now. So at that part. So that's an interesting fact on that. But, anyways, I think Dallas is going to win this game by the final score 34-27 in AT&T Stadium in Jerry World, and Jerry Jones is going to be in Happy Land if Dallas wins in that game, and it's probably going to be loving Ezekiel Elliott and Dirk Prescott all over him. He's going to be giving him bear hugs and shit like that, and et cetera for that. But I'm going to be saying 34-27. The Dallas Cowboys over Green Bay. Maybe a little revenge game for the playoffs 2 years ago in Lambeau Field with the Des Bryant catch. So there you go. Those are my 4 picks for the NFL Divisional round. I'll see you all in the AFC Championship game weeks. And don't forget to check out our NFL YouTube prognosticator page. You can find me on there. You can find my shout-outs for the week, like Names Noodle, which I do apologize, Names Noodle, because I haven't looked at your videos yet. I did see you post it, but I haven't got a chance to look at it yet. And check out Matt the NFL Fanatic, and check out Geo Knows, Edward Lerner, and Hatbox and Billy B. And of course, check out my good friend the Football Guru and Half Moon's Pick. Check him out. I mean, I forgot to ask something of you, Half Moon's Pick. Maybe next year you can help me out with my videos and me do like these cool videos like you do. He makes cool videos though. You could definitely check out Half Moon's Pick. And maybe next year, maybe Half Moon's Pick, you can help me out like you did with the Electric Football Show, which that's my other shout out for the week. And check them out. And check out Stu Pace and Steve Brown, which Clemson. That's all I gotta say for the Electric Football Show. Well, for Steve Brown, and because he wore a Clemson sweater. And of course, and then Stu Pace, you're probably not too happy about what happened in the wild card round. I'm sorry, But you can watch my New England Patriots on the Super Bowl. How about that one? But anyways, that's all the shout outs for the week. Oh yeah, no, Football Guru. I think I didn't mention him too, so that's my other shout out for the week. And that will wrap up my divisional round pick. And until then, I'll see you guys all in the conference championship game. Bye.